Hello everyone, welcome to Narain's Life with MS. This is Narain and it's time for a Soulful Saturday. And this Soulful Saturday, I really thought about, you know, I had a lot of free time and of course I slept a lot, but you know, uh, it really makes me sometimes think about what would I do to feel happy if say I maybe my MS wasn't so advanced, right? What would I do? Because I remember when I was a little more capable of walking, traveling around, and it used to be I used to spend a lot less time at home at that point in time just because I had the ability to move around. But I do also recall that while yes, I was maybe a little more sociable, I was traveling, I was moving around quite often. Was I really happy? Did I actually feel very soulful at that point in time? And that is something that actually made me actually pause to think about what does it mean to have your soul essentially at peace. And one thing that does happen a lot when I end up meditating is that the heart is equated to the soul essentially. And when we think about that aspect of um, the heart being sort of a gateway towards the soul, uh, it it really emphasizes that whatever you feel is right in your heart, right? And the reason they always say that it's the heart that is important, because in the end whether you like something or don't like something, I think the fact that you have a heart that is pumping and it will pump slightly differently just to mirror um, your thoughts or your emotions means that yes, the heart is there to play. And when I actually equate that, yes, that is one way to get to what we call a soul. um, what does end up making us feel happier over here, as opposed to um, what we you know can do, what we have to do. And the reason I bring all of this in is because there is, of course, a very cute saying which says home is where the heart is. And while yes, I do miss having the independence to travel as much, um, I do understand the importance of being home, staying home, especially when I do have that little bit of free time, so that I have the ability to really recuperate to the best of my ability. And when when I think of the saying home is where the heart is, it really makes me think that, considering that I am probably at my calmest when I'm at home, I definitely have um, many more positive experiences at home. um, it's much easier for me to say that yes, um, I am able to actually find that level of happiness here. And why shouldn't we, right? Home is where we feel safest for majority of us. And of course, it is the one place that we actually have the ability to be as calm as possible, to wear things that are comfortable for us, right? I mean, sure, like for example, this is definitely my favorite t-shirt. I think I've mentioned that before, but chances are people would probably not want me wearing this outside outside the house, even though I have plenty of times. But it is one of those things that kind of builds into this whole idea of when we are talking about soulful experiences, um, and we talk about what makes the soul happy. I actually like to think that maybe it is the fact that I get to spend all of this time at home that is making my soul just a little bit happier. So I know this is slightly different from what I normally talk about when I do episodes of Soulful Saturdays, but I thought about really going into thinking about the idea of soulful and really, ruminating on what it really means to, you know, for what a soul is, where it exists, and how, to keep it happy. So, with that said, I hope your weekend is going very well. I hope that you are getting the rest that you deserve, and that you are recuperating well from your week. And with that said, this is Nareen Zaiftemes. I am Nareen, and of course, um, here's me wishing you a good night, sweet dreams, and I will catch you tomorrow. Bye.